Abraham was a righteous man, chosen by God to be the father of many nations. Abraham lived in a tent near the great trees of Mamre, along with his wife Sarah. One day, as he sat at the entrance of his tent during the heat of the day, 3 men appeared before him. These were no ordinary men, but messengers from the Lord. Abraham, recognizing their divine nature, bowed low to the ground and eagerly welcomed them. He offered them water to wash their feet and urged Sarah to prepare a meal for their honored guests. As they ate, the men delivered a prophecy: Sarah would soon bear a son, despite her advanced age. Sarah laughed at this notion, but the men assured her that nothing was too hard for the Lord. After delivering this joyful news, the men set out towards the city of Sodom. Abraham, sensing the gravity of their mission, walked with them to see them off. As they looked toward Sodom, the Lord revealed to Abraham his intention to investigate the city, for the outcry against it was great and its sin exceedingly grievous. Abraham, concerned for the righteous who might dwell in Sodom, approached the Lord with a humble but bold question: Will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there are 50 righteous people in the city. Will you really sweep it away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people in it? The Lord responded, If I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake. Emboldened, Abraham continued to intercede, gradually reducing the number, from 50 to 45, then to 40, 30, 20, and finally, 10. Each time, the Lord assured Abraham that he would not destroy the city if even 10 righteous people could be found there. After this profound conversation, the Lord departed, and Abraham returned to his tent. The 2 angels arrived in Sodom in the evening. There, they found Lot, Abraham's nephew, sitting in the gateway of the city. Lot, recognizing their divine nature, insisted that they stay at his house, despite their initial reluctance. He prepared a feast for them and they spent the night under his roof. Before they retired, the men of Sodom, young and old, surrounded Lot's house. They demanded that Lot bring out his guests so they could abuse them. Lot, distressed by their wicked intentions, stepped outside and pleaded with them to refrain from such evil. He even offered his 2 daughters in place of the men, hoping to protect his guests from harm, but the mob was relentless and surged forward to break down the door. At that moment, the angels reached out, pulled Lot inside, and struck the men outside with blindness, so they could not find the door. The angels then warned Lot of the impending destruction of Sodom. They urged him to gather his family and flee the city at once. Lot tried to convince his future sons-in-law to leave, but they thought he was joking. As dawn approached, the angels took Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters by the hand and led them out of the city, urging them to flee for their lives and not look back. Flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away, the angels commanded. Lot, fearing he would not make it to the mountains, begged to flee to a small nearby town called Zoar instead. The angels agreed, sparing Zoar from destruction for Lot's sake. As Lot and his family fled, the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah, obliterating the cities, the entire plain, and all the inhabitants, as well as the vegetation in the land. But Lot's wife, disobeying the angelic command, looked back and was turned into a pillar of salt. Early the next morning, Abraham returned to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down toward Sodom and Gomorrah and saw dense smoke rising from the land, like smoke from a furnace. Thus, God destroyed the cities of the plain but remembered Abraham and brought Lot out of the catastrophe that overthrew the cities where Lot had lived. The tale of Sodom and Gomorrah is a stark reminder of divine justice and mercy. Though the cities were steeped in sin, the Lord showed his willingness to spare them for the sake of even a few righteous individuals. The intercession of Abraham and the deliverance of Lot highlight the themes of faith, righteousness, and the importance of heeding God's warnings. In the aftermath of this cataclysm, Lot and his daughters settled in the mountains, for he was afraid to stay in Zoar. There, his daughters, fearing they were the last humans on earth and desperate to preserve their family line, made a grievous decision. They got their father drunk and conceived children by him, giving rise to the Moabites and Ammonites, tribes that would later play significant roles in the history of Israel. Thus ends the tale of Sodom and Gomorrah, a narrative that has echoed through the ages, serving as a solemn warning and a testament to the complexity of human nature, divine judgment, and the enduring hope of redemption. As we come to the end of this powerful story of Sodom and Gomorrah, we hope it has given you insight into the themes of divine justice, mercy, and the importance of righteousness. If this narrative has resonated with you or if you've gained any new understanding, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment below and share your reflections. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more captivating biblical narratives and teachings. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and may you continue to find inspiration in these timeless stories.